Okay, this is going to be a short video on separating the gearbox from the engine. This is the engine and gearbox out of Mrs. Carl Uralado's rig. We're having clutch problems with it on the 2013 Czar. Normally I would do this inside the bike and remove the transmission and leave the engine in it, but I ran into a little problem. I don't know if you could see down in that hole, but the clutch release shaft that goes down in there, I couldn't get out. And so in order to get it out and to check what's going on with the clutch, I had to pull the engine, and I'm going to separate it. Just briefly going over a little of the transmission. I saw some questions on the Soviet Steeds here. There's the filler plug right there, shifter lever. That right there is the vent. It's basically a little cap that has a hole in it. You want to make sure that stays clean. Here's a reverse shift lever. That's for the speedometer cable, output yoke, and kickstarter. So separating the transmission from the engine isn't that difficult at all. It's basically two nuts and one bolt. One of the nuts you take off when you take the air filter off. This is where the air filter mounts, and also one of the brackets for the clutch cable. So you can just take that nut and washer off. There's another 13mm nut that sits right below where the starter would go. And last but not least, the third fastener, you have to get it from the front of the engine. If you look down at the front of the engine, which would be the left-hand side, and look up underneath the jug, there's an Allen screw that goes all the way through and holds that gearbox on. So all you got to do is get an Allen wrench out of your toolkit and take it on out. Okay, I've got the three fasteners out. Now all you have to do is jiggle the transmission, and it should come out. I'm going to set it down here for now and get it out of the way. And as you can see, the clutch release lever is stuck in there pretty good, which I think is part of my problem why the clutch wasn't fully disengaging. I'm not going to pull it out yet. I want to take the clutch pack out and see what is holding that in there and what's keeping it from being pulled out. So if you look at that's the clutch release lever. There is the holding plate with the 6 clutch screws that hold all that in. Behind that is a clutch plate, a driven plate, a clutch plate, the pressure plate, and then the 6 springs as well. So what I'll do is I'll spray these screws with liquid wrench, and then let it set for a little while, and we'll come back, and the next video will be on taking the clutch out.